don't think there's any doubt that Don Verdon will fit into that equation that we were just talking about now. Will one of these two, Bernstein or Amato, surpass 300 today?
It's a classic matchup. The #1 car in the world, Joe Amato. The #2 car in the world, Kenny Bernstein. Side by side, only one will go to the final round. And it will be Bernstein. Dale Armstrong reacts. Almost a dead heat, and it was Kenny Bernstein's driving ability off the line that made it work. Don's with Dale Armstrong.
I love that driver.
Boy, I mean, when it comes down to races like this, he saves us. I mean, he's done that so many times for us, and we're just trying to creep up on it. I'm just thankful we got by that one.
Well, you are creeping up on it.
Yeah, 2,000ths at a time or 100ths at a time. I don't think it's going to make it if we don't take bigger steps.
We won, Dale. That's what counts.
Thank you, Don.
So often you see photo finishes in horse races. We almost had a photo finish here at the NHRA Winter Nationals, Don.
We certainly did, Joel, but the starting line is what made the difference. Amato's car was going to be faster and quicker in this run. Kenny Bernstein has struggled this entire event with his car's performance, but he made it up on the starting line. He made the car leave first, and first it stayed the entire run.
Talk about a tough loss for Joe Amato when you stack up favorably with the numbers but still come up short.
The race of the weekend, your 498 beat his 495. Great driving.
Oh, thank you. I got to say, for Wes and for Dale, to make the car go from A to B, as much as we struggled, was great for the Budweiser King. And for Amato, when you go up there, if you're not ready, he's going to blow you away. And so it pulls the best out of you to do that.
Now you got to hope that 98 will hold up for lane choice. You need all the aces.
We need everything. We need our luck at Pomona to keep right on going. But Austin will be tough, too, if he gets there.
He just may. Let's find out.
Kenny Bernstein referring to the fact that he has not really had all that much luck in top fuel on the quarter mile here at Pomona. Well, Kenny Bernstein is on his way to the final, and who will it be now? Pat Austin or Jim Hedge? Who will be matching up with Kenny Bernstein?
When it comes to luck, Jim Head in the near lane has had more than one guy could even ask for in a single day. He was in the 7s round 1, coasted down in round #2, but now he's up against the national record holder, Pat Austin, in the far lane. Austin loses traction, cannot recover. Jim Head finally has a very decent run. 5:05, 277 miles an hour. That is the shock of the day so far. Don Garlits is back at the starting line with crew chief team owner Walt Austin to find out what happened.
When you run on the edge like that, it's hard to know when you got a little too much, isn't it?
Well, I guess it's pretty obvious, Don. They shouldn't have done that. We didn't do anything to do that. But it happened. It's drag racing.
So the final is set in the top fuels at Pomona. Kenny Bernstein against Jim Head, and Bernstein will have the lane choice. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. A jam-packed LA County Fairgrounds. We welcome you back to the Chief Auto Parts Winternationals, Pomona, California. Joel Myers along with Steve Evans and Big Daddy Don Garlits. We continue now with the Funny Car semifinals. Jim Epler and Dale Poldy.
I think Dale Poldy, we're looking at the Paisano car, was the #1 qualifier, and you'd think it'd be a real favorite here. Well, that young man, Mike Klober, being added to the crew of Jim Epler, has made all the difference in that car's performance. This is now a first-rate professional team that plans to run the entire season. They have just cruised through qualifying and eliminations with these steady 520s, Don.
You know, every round, the people must be thinking, well, this is the end of Jim Epler, and every round he goes one more time. And you know there's not a person in the stands that doesn't think that Poldy's not going to win this round.
He may. Then again, he may not. Epler slowed up a little bit, but still quick for this time of the day at 5:34, 270 miles an hour. Don Garlits is with Mike Klober on the starting line.
Looks like you've put that thing in the finals, Mike.
Well, it's to be honest with you, it's my first time as a crew chief on my own in the final round. I got to thank all my guys. They've done a super job. None of the guys on my team, with the exception of myself, are professional fuel racers. These guys are all alcohol funny car guys from the neighborhood that we put together here to get here. I'm so happy. We got rushed the last round, and we're just going to give them all we can in the final. Thank you.
Go get them.
A great story developing all afternoon long in Pomona as Jim Epler has made his way to the finals. Now, who will be up against Epler as we look at the car of John Force? They get it started. Of course, Force the favorite coming in this weekend for the Winter Nationals. He'll be matching up with a young man who's another big surprise this weekend, Mark Sievers. He knocked out Cruz Pedragon in the last confrontation in round #2. Let's go down with the winner of the last race, though, is Steve.
Jim Epler and team came to Pomona hoping for a good, solid performance. Instead, you've been, well, not dominating, but you've been right there every round.
Well, that's consistency, I guess. I just think the Black Diamond Mac friends were getting us here.
It fell off a little bit. It fell off a lot at 534.
Did it? Yeah. I don't know why. I think it was just a little down on power. We lost the brakes coming in here, but I think we'll get her for the final.
Well, your crew chief, Mike Lober, he knows this racetrack always gets better for the final.
Yeah, the air gets better and track should get a little better, so we'll step her up.
Jim, get excited, buddy. You're under the way at the finals, but bad news now as Mark Sievers pops the hatch open, and Don, it looks like the day is over for Mark Sievers in his matchup with John Force.
Something went wrong with the car when they went to start it. They're not going to be in contention, and John Force will be taking a single.
As we watch the body come up on John Force's car, that's routine, by the way. I have to tell you, Mark Sievers has one of the best attitudes of any race car driver I have ever met, win or lose. And going a few rounds here today at Pomona has just been a ball for him. In fact, Don Garlits has rounded him up.
What happened?
No oil pressure. We bought it getting back together, and we sheared the drive off, found it, fixed it, but didn't have enough time to start in the pits. Came up here figuring that we had it. We changed pumps, drives, everything. I sat there for as long as I figured I should with no oil pressure, no prime, no oil.
Better luck next time.
I thought he had a good attitude. John Force going for lane choice. Racing the clock. And he will have lane choice over Jim Epler of 5:28 at 271 miles per hour. Now that car fell off a full tenth of a second from its earlier 5:18. Let's see if Don Garlits can find out why.
Well, it slowed just a little from that 5:18.
Well, it hurt it a little bit on that 18, and we didn't want to take any chances on smoking the tires. Backed it up a hair. It dropped a cylinder. That's the end result, but we can make it come back around for the final.
Very good.
Austin Coyle, crew chief, feels confident about his car and John Force as they move to the final in the funny cars. Force against Epler. Epler, he's never even won a round, let alone make it to a final, and he's going up against Force, who has lane choice.